There are three types of cash books. If we include petty cash book, there are four types. But generally, cash book consists of three types. Number one, single column cash book. Under this, only cash column. Then double column or two column cash book. Under this, there are discount and cash. These are the two columns. Today we are going to see three column cash book. Three column or triple column. Under this, there are three columns. One, discount. Then second one, cash. Third one, bank. Since there are three columns, one for discount, other one for cash, other one for discount, we call it a three column cash book or a triple column cash book. What we are going to see now. In this, let us see first the illustration number 4. Illustration number 4. There are some new columns introduced under this method. So listen carefully, and also for the examination point of view, that too for 5 marks, this type is very much important than the other types of cash books. Just listen carefully. This is illustration 4. Here, as usual, in the books of Durai Raj, that is what is given in illustration number 4, the name Durai Raj. Then 3 column cash book. Three column cash book. Under this, the first column for dates, second column for particulars, third column for receipt number, fourth column for ledger folio, fifth column for discount allowed, sixth column for cash, seventh column for bank. Date, particulars, or N, receipt number, or N means receipt number. Receipt number, or N, LF this is no ledger folio, then discount allowed, cash, bank. Up to this debit side, this is debtor. The same 7 columns we repair on the credit side also. date, particulars, voucher number, ledger folio, discount, we don't have enough space, therefore I just remove all these things. Discount, received, and finally the bank column. Date, particulars, ledger folio, discount earned or received, discount received, cash, bank. This is credit side. See the columns, date, same date, particulars, ledger folio. Here discount allowed, here discount received, cash bank. There we are receiving the cash, therefore receipt number. Here we are paying the cash after receiving a bill like which is called voucher, therefore voucher number. So these are all the 7 columns, each on debit side and credit side. So BN voucher number. Yes, these are the columns. As usual, we have written in the books of. Now we have written the heading 3 column cash book. And also we have drawn 7 columns on the debit side and the 7 columns on the credit side with the differences of here this is the receipt number, here this is voucher number, here this is discount allowed, here this is discount received. When we receive the cash, we give some amount to the third person, customers, therefore we are allowing it. But when we pay the cash, the third parties will give us a discount, therefore this is discount received. If you have any confusion regarding this discount allowed and discount received, don't change this allowed here and received here. Instead, you can escape easily simply writing the discount here. Here discount, here discount. Okay, by writing like that you can escape easily. Don't write opposite side the different answer. By that you will be losing mark. Okay, then we shall pass on to the question, that is illustration number 4. What is given in illustration number 4? As usual, there are some differences between the single column and the double column and this triple column. Single column and double column one side, they are more or less one and the same except the discount. But 3 column cash book carries some rules. Okay, what are they? We will see now while we are doing this illustration number 4. 2017 March 1st, cash in hand, cash at bank. This is to the balances are written on the debit side, balance brought down. Cash balance 12,000, so in the cash column 12,000 and bank balance 15,000, therefore in the bank column 15,000. On second, this is very important, cash paid into bank. This transaction is treated differently in 3-column cash book. How? I tell you now. In single column and double column, what we do, here we will write simply by bank account, the cash column you will write, because when you paid into bank means deposited into bank. What goes out? Cash goes out. Therefore, what you will write in the cash column, you will write amount. Here you will write by bank account. This is what we have done so far, both in single column cash book and double column cash book. That is not the treatment in 3-column cash book. Listen carefully. In single column and double column, there is no column for bank. But in triple column or 3-column cash book, there is a special column for bank. So in that case, here the same transaction which is treated in single column and double column, simply by writing it on the credit side, it is treated now differently in 3-column cash book. In the cash paid into bank, cash withdrawn from bank, adella single column double column treat பண்றது வேற, 3-column cash bookல treat பண்றது வேற. நல்லா ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. Single column double column என்ன செய்வோம், when cash is deposited into bank, paid into bank, what we will write by bank account, cash goes out. When it is deposited, we will write here. When cash is drawn from the bank for office use, the cash comes in here. Here we will write 2 bank accounts. So this is what we have done already in single column and double column. Now we are doing 3-column cash book. Here it is treated differently. How it is treated differently? எப்படி different treat பண்றாங்க? When cash is paid into bank, the cash goes out and it comes into the bank. That is the thing. When cash paid into bank, 11,000 goes out, cash goes out. Bank பணம் போடும்போது cash வெளியில போகுது and it comes into the bank. This is the different treatment. அதில் டபுள் காலம் என்ன செய்வோம், இந்த ஒரு என்ட்ரி மட்டும்தான், we pass only this entry. But in triple column cash book, cash goes out and it comes into the bank, because there is a special column for bank. And what should be written in the particulars column? This is on second. When you write the amount in the cash column, you write bank account. When you write the amount in the bank column, you write cash account. To cash account. When you write the amount in the cash column, particulars the bank account opposites. When you write the amount in the bank column, you write as a cash account. This is opposite. Opposite. It's very important. It is opposite. And this entry, usually we have only one entry for each transaction. But for this cash paid into bank and cash withdrawn from bank, there are 2 entries, that too on both the sides. On both the sides of the cash book, we pass entries, that is on the opposite sides of both the, on opposite sides of both the 3-column cash book, we pass entry. Therefore, this is called contra entry, which is denoted by the letter C, and that must be written in the ledger folio column. Likewise, here also in the ledger folio column, you should write C, which means contra. Contra means opposite. What is a contra entry? This may be a theory question. What should be your answer? That is given in the book. You can go through it, but generally it is my explanation. For each and every transaction, we pass only one entry, either on the debit side or on the credit side. ரெண்டு சைடில் ஏதாவது ஒரு சைடில் தான் என்ட்ரியே போடுவோம். But for some transactions like cash paid into bank, cash withdrawn from bank, we pass entries on both the sides of the cash book, which are called contra entries, because the entries are passed on the opposite sides or on both the sides. That means they are called contra entries. Okay, that is given in page number 181. Above illustration 4 itself it is given. When two columns involved in a transactions, when two accounts are involved in a transaction, that is cash account and bank account, both the aspects are entered in the cash book. As both the debit and the credit aspects of transactions are recorded in the cash book, such entries are called contra entry. That's what it is. In different words it is given in the textbook. ஒரே டிரான்சாக்ஷன் ஒரு என்ட்ரி தான் போடுவோம், பட் இந்த டிரான்சாக்ஷன் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த டிரான்சாக்ஷன் வாட் டிரான்சாக்ஷன் இட் இஸ் ஃபார் cash paid into bank or deposited into bank and cash withdrawn from bank for office use. And for these two transactions, we should pass entries on both the sides. This is the special thing in three-column cash book. You should remember. Okay. Now we shall pass on to the third one. Goods sold for 18,500. Half of it is received in cash and half of it is received by check, which is immediately deposited in the bank. Goods sold for 18,500 and half. What is the amount of 9,250? This 9,250 is received as a cash. For the rest of the amount, check is received and that check is deposited into bank immediately. See, these are all some typical or different or difficult entries which you should follow very carefully. So when goods are sold and when you receive what you passed in single and double column cash book, this is on third. Goods sold, so to sales, because when you sell goods, cash is received. For 18,500 it was sold, but the entire amount was not received. What was received actually? Half of the amount is received as cash, that is 9,250 is received as cash, and the remaining amount 9,250 is received as check. If it is stopped there as it is, that 9,250 also should be written here in the cash column only. When we receive some check, it should be treated as if we receive cash. Check வாங்கினாலும் கேஷ் வாங்கின மாதிரி தான் ட்ரீட் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா I told you for journals the same thing holds good here also. What it is, goods sold for 18,500, half of it is received in cash and half of it is received by check. If it is stopped like that, பாதி செக்காவும் பாதி கேஷாக வாங்கிருக்கோம்னா what we can write? Cash column, you should write 9,250. Once again 9,250 you should write in the cash column only. But what happens, which is immediately deposited into the bank, உடனே பேங்க்ல போட்டாங்களாம், then in that case it comes into the bank 9,250. You listen carefully, understand it. If the third line is not given, which is immediately deposited in the bank. And the line மட்டும் கொடுக்கல அப்படின்னு சொன்னா what you must write. For cash also you should write in the cash column. For check also you should write in the cash column. That is the rule. But what happens? The same check is deposited immediately into the bank. Bankல உடனே என்ன செஞ்சிட்டாங்க போட்டாங்க. So the amount comes into the bank account, therefore bank column we should write. I hope you have understood. Okay, then fourth one. Sold on credit to Jayaraj for rupees 7,000. Is there any place for credit transactions in the cash book? No. Goods sold on credit, clearly it is given, therefore no entry for this. Okay, leave it. Then Jayaraj sent a check in full settlement. Listen, this is also very important. On 8th, Jayaraj sent a check in full settlement, that is for 6,900 only he has given. On the previous day, that is on 4th, goods were sold to Jayaraj on credit for 7,000 rupees. But on 12th, what Jayaraj did, he has given a check for 6,900 and said the account is settled, that is in full settlement. 7,000 rupees வந்து ஜெயராஜுக்கு குட்ஸ கிரெடிட்ல சேல்ஸ் பண்றோம். யாரு? துரைராஜ். Then on 8th, what Jayaraj did? Jayaraj gave a check in full settlement for an amount of 6,900. Jayarajக்கு 7,000 சேல்ஸ் பண்றோம். பட் ஜெயராஜ் என்ன பண்றாரு? on 8th ஒரு செக்கை வந்து கொடுக்குறாரு 6,900. So on 8th we receive a check to Jayaraj's account. How much amount check is received? 6,900 check is received in full settlement of 7,000. So what happened to this 100? 100 is the discount. Now where we should write the check amount 6,900? Here or here? Here only we should write. Just now I said, when we receive a check, we should treat as if we are receiving cash. Cash receive பண்ண மாதிரி தான் போடணும். So 6,900 in the cash column. But why should we write here? The check was immediately banked. Bank உடனே போட்டாங்க. So we have written in the bank column. But if it is not banked immediately, we should write in the cash column only. Now we go to 12th. Jayaraj check was sent to bank. On 12th, Jayaraj check was sent to bank. This also you should listen carefully. On 12th, Jayaraj check was sent to bank. Why I am repeating again and again? Here, when you receive a check, you are treating the check as if you are receiving cash. கேஷ் வாங்கினதா ட்ரீட் பண்ணுற, அப்படியே அந்த கேஷ் வாங்கினதா ட்ரீட் பண்ணும்போதும் ஆன் சம் அதர் டே, நாட் ஆன் த சேம் டே, சேம் டேலேயே அந்த செக்கை வாங்கி செக்கை பேங்கில் போட்டுருந்தோன்னா இங்கே வந்துருக்கும் இந்த அமௌண்ட். பட் வாட் ஹேப்பன்ஸ்? Jayaraj check was received on 8th, but it was sent to bank on 12th only. So, when you receive, listen carefully once again, when you receive a check, you should treat as if it is cash. The same way, when you send the check to bank, you should treat as if you are sending the cash or you are depositing the cash into the bank. check deposited into bank was sent to bank on 12. That means the cash was sent to bank. The cash was paid into bank. Further, whenever the cash is paid into bank or withdrawn from bank, it is contra entry. Therefore, 6,900 cash goes out and the same 6,900 comes into the bank. Listen, when you receive a check, you are treating as if you are receiving cash. Cash வாங்குறதா நினைச்சிட்டு கேஷ் காலத்தில் போட்டுடுறேன். அதே செக்கை பேங்க் போடும்போதும் செக் வெளியில போகுது. தட் இஸ் அப்போ கேஷ் வெளியில போகுது. ஏன்னா கேஷை தான் ட்ரீட் பண்ணிருக்கு. கேஷ் வெளியில போகுது and it comes into the bank. Here it is cash column, therefore by bank account. Here it is bank column, therefore to cash account. To cash account. The entry is passed on both the sides, therefore we should put C. Control. Then, after 12th, 14th, bought goods from Iqbal and issued a check to him immediately. Whenever we buy goods, bought goods from Iqbal and issued a check to him immediately. I should explain it clearly. If the same statement appears for single column and double column, we cannot pass any entry while a check is issued. When check is issued, the amount will go out of the bank. As a single column, double column, there is no provision for it, no column for it. But in three column, there is a column for bank. And what we must do, that bought goods from Iqbal and issued a check. So it is a purchase on 14th by purchases account. And a check is issued. What happened? From the bank it goes out. Because a check is received and who will give the amount? The bank will give the amount. Therefore, 8,500 will go out of the bank. 8,500 go out of the bank on 14th. Then on 15th, bought goods from Murali on credits. Super. Goods are sold on credit. So, for credit transaction, there is no entry. Leave it. Then, on 19th, received a check from Kannappan in full settlement of his account 2000. Received a check from Kannappan. Kannappan is a check received from. Whenever a check is received, it should be treated as cash unless or otherwise it is banked immediately. Bankla udane podala appadina it should be treated as if the cash is received. So what it is? Received a check from Kannappan in full settlement of his account 2000. 1975. So 1975, 1975 is received in full settlement of 2000. Therefore, 25 rupees is the discount. From whom it is received? From Kannappan. Therefore, on 19th to Kannappan account. Then drew cash 3,000 and by check 5,000 for personal use. I told you very many times, for personal use, if any amount is drawn, it is going out of the business. Therefore, on credit. On 20th, drew cash 3,000. 20th, it is on 20th. By drawings account, because the amount is drawn for personal use. Drawings account. Cash rupees 3,000. Therefore, cash goes out 3,000. And from the bank, he has withdrawn rupees 5,000. Therefore, from the bank, 5,000 goes out. For personal use, he is taking 3,000 from the business. For personal use, therefore 3,000 cash goes out of the business. And he withdrew 5,000 rupees for personal use from the bank. Therefore, bank is regular. From the bank, it goes out. Therefore, 5,000 rupees here. And the last one, 25th, paid Vinod by check in full settlement of his account 2,850. Paid Vinod means paid to Vinod. Paid to Vinod. Paid Vinod means paid to Vinod. Yes. By check in full settlement of, whenever a check is issued to third person. ஒரு மூணாவது ஆளுக்கு செக் கொடுத்தோம்னா the amount will go out of the bank. Therefore, Vinod. You can check is there any other transaction connected with Vinod. I hope there is nothing. Paid Vinod means paid to Vinod by check. Therefore, on 25th, by Vinod account. By Vinod account. 1,850. Because for Vinod, the amount is paid by check. Therefore, from the bank it goes out. And in full settlement of 2,000. Therefore, for this 150 is the discount. For 2,000, 1,850 only the check was issued to Vinod. So the remaining 150 rupees for 2,000, 150 is missing. That 150 should be treated as discount. This is, I hope, this should be returned in it, in the book. Well done, right? 11,000, 3,000. Yes, here it is 15,000, 11,000, 96,900, 12,000, 9,250, 6,990, 75. Yes, that's all we can close it now, as usual. Yes, we shall do one by one the columns. Regarding the discount column, no problem. You just find the total and write. No balancing that. Here the total 125. Here the total 150. No balancing here. Let's say 150 put it on the side 25 to balance carry down. Okay, that's all. For discount, we should write the total as it is. Now we shall attend one by one. First, we shall see the cash column. What is the cash column? Total, debit side total. We shall find it. 5, 2, remainder 1, 2, 30,125. This side total. Right. Right. Okay, then that side cash column 11 plus 6, 17 plus 3, 20, 20,900. Now this is 30,125 is the debit side total, 20,900 is the credit side total. The greater total is 30,125, you write. Here also 30,125. After writing it, find the balancing figure. Here only it is lesser total. Therefore, we can write the balancing figure, that is last date, by balance carried down. What is the balancing figure? 5, 2, 11 minus 9, 2. This is 9. $9,225. Here we can write the balance 9,225. Right. We have attended the cash columns on both the sides. Now we can go to the bank columns. What is the bank column total? In bank column, the amount is debit side total 150, 42,150. Then here the credit side total 5, 15,350. Which is the greater total? The greater total is 42,150. We can write on both sides 42,150. This is the total. What is the missing amount or balancing amount? We can minus and find 0, 11 minus 3, 8, 11 minus 5, 6, 3 minus 1, 2, 26,800. We have written already the balance carried down this side. Only one sheet is enough and there is other two. Okay. Now we can pass on to the next one. There the carry down entry here in the opposite side, that is March 31st, therefore April 1st to balance brought down the same amount 9,225, 9,225, and the bank column balance 26,800. And this is what we have seen in illustration 4. And what you have learned from it now, from this 3 column cash flow. What is special and what is different in it? As usual, we are writing the heading in the books of main 3 column cash flow. Why it is called 3 column cash flow? The date, particulars, and this side receipt number and the ledger folio. These 4 columns will be there: date, particulars. Here we are receiving the cash that is coming in receipt number. Here we are paying the cash for which we will get some bill like which is called voucher number. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And other 3 columns are the same here. One column for discount, other column for cash, the third column will be for bank. The same thing for credit side also. The same thing for credit side also. So there are 7 columns on the debit, there are 7 columns on the credit side. See, what is the difference in single column and the double column cash flow? There are some differences. As usual in single and double column, we don't pass any entry for credit transaction because it is cash flow. Only for cash transaction we will pass entry, that is one point. Second thing, when we withdraw money from the bank for office use, and when we deposit money into the bank, we should treat very carefully. In single column and double column, when amount is deposited into the bank, what you will write? We will write here by bank account, we will write the amount here in the cash column. When amount is withdrawn from the bank for office use, we will write the cash here in the cash column because cash comes in, and we will write this side to bank account. This is what we have done in single column and double column. Whereas in 3 column cash flow, when the money is deposited into bank, cash goes out of the business and comes into the bank. When amount is withdrawn from the bank the amount goes out and the cash comes in. See, listen carefully. Bank la panam podum business la cash velila pogum, bank kulla varum. Both the side we will pass in. When the same amount is withdrawn from the bank la irundhu panam edukuronnu vechinga. Appo cash ulla varum, from the bank it goes out. And therefore, for depositing the amount and for withdrawing the amount for business, then there will be entries on both the sides which are called contra entries. That is why for these two I have written C here. C for contra entries, that is opposite side, entries on opposite sides. We should remember. And also one more thing, in single column and double column, whenever the check is received, we will treat and write in the cash column. But there is no entry, no possibility of passing entry in the single column and the cash column when the check is issued. Check கொடுக்கும் பொழுதும் அதுக்கு entry single column double column போட முடியாது. By keeping this in mind, you should do 3 column cash flow. Once again, and regarding the total, this discount total we will write as it is, this total here, and for cash, both the cash column you take, find the total of these two, write a greater total on both the sides, where the amount is missing, balancing figure enna paru, that amount you write here, against it you write the balance carry down with the last date of the month. Then consider the bank columns on both the sides, with the side layout. Then what you should do, and find the total of debit side and the credit side. Debit side total 42,150, credit side total 15,350. The greater total will be 42,150, right? Here some amount is missing, that is balancing amount, how much? 26,800, you write it. Here already we have written by balance carried down. For both the balances, we write only once here the balance carried down. Suppose for cash in the balance, bank in the balance, then what you must write? Here by balance carried down for cash. There are the bank also balance, now 2 balance carried down, you should write here. Then for this carried down, you will write the brought down here. For this carried down, you will write the brought down in the opposite side. Such a occasion may arise, but in this problem, both the carry downs are on the credit side, therefore the brought down will appear on the the good side. Okay. Jawab na like. Jawab na.